Baltimore potentially closed for months in wake of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. It was a little over a week ago. What's that mean for East Coast railroads? CSX services 26 states east of the Mississippi River, and they help export a massive amount of coal through Baltimore, so they could take a hit. They also do a lot of auto from there. For now, though, they've rerouted their Baltimore cargo to New York or New Jersey, but obviously it's less efficient. Still, the stock's barely been dinged since the bridge collapse, so is the market simply not taking this disruption seriously, or is cooler heads prevailed and CSX knows how to handle it? Let's check in with Joe Hinrichs. He's the president and CEO of CSX, who joins us now from one of his company's inspection trains in Ohio. Joe, welcome back to Mad Money, and what the heck are you doing there?
Hey, Jim, having a great time. We're riding on an observation car with our leadership team, getting to see our network right here in the Buckeye State in Ohio. And I got to give you a little horn, just like you get to do. A little shout out for you there.
Oh, if only I were 7. Because I used to put pennies on the line, on the CSX train line. I put a penny and watch it go by.
Don't do that. That's not a good thing. Don't do that.
Okay, no, I stopped doing that about 62 years ago, Joe, but I understand the sentiment. All right, so, Joe, obviously you are involved in every aspect of the railroad. Before I get to the questions, I want to ask you, is this a typical job for the guy who's the CEO of CSX, or do you feel like you should be there front line?
Well, our operations team spends a lot of time out on the road, as you might imagine, inspecting, talking to our employees. And I try to get out with them once in a while, stop at the yard, see our employees, and see the network and learn about our customers and everything that's going on. Of course, I'm 18 months in, so I'm still learning, and the team is teaching me a lot about the railroad, so you got to be out here to see it.
Okay, now, I also know you know the customers well. You have Port of Baltimore, which I know you're doing everything to try to help, but I also the largest auto area. You're from that particular customer base. What are you doing to help customers in the autos?
Yeah, you know, Jim, we're obviously the tragedy at Francis Scott Key Bridge. We're praying for the families of those affected. Talked to Governor Moore this morning. He's really excited about the unified command, how the federal, state, and local government officials have come together. Progress is being made. We're taking care of our customers. The auto customers are finding other ramps to go to, and I think we're going to be in good shape there. On the containers, intermodal, we're doing a lot of creative things, as you mentioned earlier, going from New York, New Jersey down to Baltimore. Coal is one of the challenges we have, of course, because we export a lot of coal out of the Baltimore port. We'll work with our customers there to reroute and target some other areas. And so I think the reason why people aren't responding, the market is responding favorably, is we're finding solutions. We have a great team, work with our customers to find new solutions.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned coal. Coal's kind of a conundrum. If we're going to reindustrialize, we're going to have these data centers go up 5% a year, then we're going to need coal, particularly when, say, on a total eclipse of the sun that's coming up April 8th. But where solar does not have the juice on that day. Is coal making a bizarre comeback if you include India?
It really is, Jim. Matter of fact, the world used more coal last year than it has ever in its history. A lot of that is what Eastern Europe and especially India need for both concrete and steel production, but of course also for thermal capacity. And as you said, all the energy needs we have from data centers to electric vehicles, coal's a supplemental resource being used to help the utilities make that power for the near term. You know, it's in secular decline over time on the thermal side, but the metallurgical coal is growing. On the export side, it's growing heavily over the last several years, and we export a lot of coal from the United States, which really helps our people in Kentucky and West Virginia and Alabama and a lot of those mines across the country.
Well, are these other countries scrambling to get another source of coal, and are people going to lose it?
Well, I think there's enough, there's enough in the pipeline for now, as long as we find new solutions, and we're working really hard. I'm really proud of our team. We sent a request out for our employees to transfer to new locations to be able to help supplement resources to move the coal, and we had a lot of people sign up to do that, and that's a tribute to our employees on our One CSX team. But we're finding new solutions. Yeah, there may be a little bit of effect in April, but we'll find new solutions. And of course, I'm anxious for the port to get back open for deep sea vessels.
But no, you just to give a little granularity here, you just switched tracks. I think it was obviously well advised, given the fact that there was another train coming the other way. Now, are you? I mean, good, that's working, obviously. But I mean, this is the kind of thing you're inspecting, is to be sure that the off ramps are good and just checking pure safety, right?
So all the switches, all the signals, also the cleanliness of the yard, frankly, and how we're taking care of the track, the ballast, just looking at everything, how smooth the ride is, too. You want, obviously, to be seamless. Look for anything that has to do with safety first, of course, then how we treat our customers. Obviously, looking for inventory, too. If we see ties on the side or if we see cars, just looking for everything you can to see how efficient the railroad is and how safe it is, but also just a chance to bond and spend time together. When you're on a train for 24 hours, you sleep on the train, you get a chance to spend a lot of quality time talking about our operation and really building the team together to serve our customers.
Well, how about these new rules? Do you have 2 people in the at the front now? Is that okay? I know CSX has historically been technological leader. Don't know whether you needed 2 in terms of what technology's been able to do, but obviously for safety, people feel it's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the AAR has come out and said, there's no direct correlation of data that says, how many people in the crew in the cab actually associated with safety. But at CSX, we haven't been pushing for a reduction of the 2-person crews. There's a conductor and an engineer in the train. The engineer drives the train, the conductor kind of takes care of the train. And we think that's a good setup for now. In the future, technology may allow for that to change. And we don't believe there should be, inordinate amount of rulemaking done by our administrators and regulators to do that. It should be held by our negotiating our unions. But for now, we're very clear. We're staying with 2-person crews. We're focused on our safety and on serving our customers. And over time, technology may allow for new opportunities, but that's out there in the future.
All right, last question. You are able to see more than anyone whether there really is a reindustrialization in the nation or if it's something temporary. What is your take, particularly with the Southeast, about our country coming back in terms of industrialization?
Jim, it's happening. We have over 500 projects on our network happening right now, shovels in the ground, buildings being built, new projects coming to a lot of the Southeast, but a little bit of the lower Midwest as well, on our network, new projects, steel, aluminum, batteries, electric vehicles, you name it, aggregates, forest products, you name it. It's happening, and we're proud and fortunate to be in the Southeast where a lot of this is happening. But we're seeing it, Jim, and it's coming to life. And between this year and the next couple of years, you're going to see a lot of that activity come to fruition.
Well, look, I'm really thrilled about what you did in Baltimore. I know people were very concerned that it would take years, but it looks like it's just a matter of just a couple of days. And that's Joe Hinrichs, is the president and CEO of CSX, who's obviously coming from a darn train. Hey, Joe, great to see you.
Good to see you, Jim.
But be safe. We try to bring you everything we can here on Mad Money. Back after the break.
Coming up, sweat the small stuff. Are sluggish small caps due for a big turnaround? Cramer has more next.